Never let it be said that you cannot count on Donald Trump, because surely you can. You can always count on him to be self centered and self serving. You can always count on him to be preying on women of any age. And the corollary, you can always count on him to be creepy. And you can always count on him to lose in court if there is an unbought judge. Well, today a judge ruled against Trump, and it's going to be a major salvo at his campaign. And the beauty of it is, Trump cannot appeal this ruling. Could this be the salvo that finally sinks Trump's campaign? Well, it's certainly not going to go over big with veterans. The ruling comes out of the illegality of Trump's Arlington cemetery visit back in August. Trump participated in a wreath-laying ceremony before proceeding on to Section 60, which contains the graves of recent U.S. casualties. Now, as you probably recall, the Army made sure that the Trump campaign was aware of federal law, Army regulations, and Department of Defense policies that clearly prohibit political activities on cemetery grounds. But that did not stop Trump's campaign team from photographing and filming at the site. What a surprise. A cemetery official tried to enforce the rules, but was abruptly pushed aside by Trump's staffers and got into a confrontation, according to an Army statement. The cemetery staff member contacted police, but ultimately decided not to press charges. Oddly, the Army decided not to press charges either, leading one to suspect that they are somehow trying to protect the cemetery official. Once again, Trump knowingly and willingly broke the law and did not have to face the consequences. Well, people want to know why. So American Oversight, a nonpartisan group dedicated to getting the government to release records, brought a suit against the Army to release its records over the incident. Chioma Chukwu, the group's interim executive director, stated that the American people have a clear and compelling interest in knowing how the government responded to an alleged incident involving a major presidential candidate who has a history of politicizing the military. During oral arguments on Monday, Judge Paul Friedman of the U.S. District Court of the District of Columbia noted that American Oversight had sought expedition after receiving no response from the Army. In fact, American Oversight submitted a Freedom of Information request on August 30th and requested that Arlington expedite processing of its request on September 25th. Representative Jamie Raskin, a Democrat of Maryland, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, also asked for the incident report from the Secretary of the Army on August 30th. Well, now the waiting is over. In a devastating ruling for Trump and his patriotic reputation, the judge ruled in favor of American Oversight, agreeing that there was a compelling public interest in sharing information with the public as soon as possible. The judge's order gives the Army until October 25th to release the non-exempt portions of the incident report. For its part, the Army has said it will comply with the judge's ruling. And why wouldn't it? They don't have to worry about Trump's wrath. He's just an ordinary citizen. So if anything, I suspect the Army has been trying to protect the staffer who got in the confrontation. Just ask Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss what happens when MAGA idiots find out who you are and where you live. But of course, here's the best part of this ruling. Trump cannot do anything about it. If the ruling was against Trump, then his team of crackerjack lawyers would wait until 1 hour before a filing deadline, and then they'd file their appeal. After their first appeal, they would then take it all the way to the Supreme Court, where Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito would take up the case and schedule it for the fall of 2029. But that's not going to happen, because even though he just lost in court, Trump is not the defendant. He has no mechanism for filing an appeal. This information comes out on October 25th, and then everyone will be able to get the details of Team Trump breaking the law with impunity, just so he could get another one of his patriotic photo shoots. Now, in particular, veterans are going to be able to get a good look at how the staff of Generalissimo Generalissimo Bone Spurs treated cemetery employees. We've already seen the photo of Trump disrespecting the graves of fallen soldiers. Now we're going to be able to learn how he and his staff broke the law and treated cemetery staff. How do you think that's going to go over with military staff and veterans, Donnie boy? And sure, Trump will try and hide behind, but the family invited me. And that will work for the MAGA morons. But the family's invitation does not give Trump license to abuse people doing their job. And any level-headed person will be able to see that. Although, obviously, abusing people is the only thing Trump does know how to do. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.